Hi y'all, it's Andrea over at Sewspire.com, and I am so excited for this unboxing. As you know, I've been waiting very patiently to open up and use my brand new Oliso Pro Smart Iron. I received this in the mail last week, and I have to tell you honestly, the thing that first attracted me to this iron is its color. This yellow is stunning. So Ashley and I were in the fabric store and the yellow caught my eye, and I wandered over there and I started looking at the various features of the iron, and I took a picture of it with my cell phone so I could come back to the studio and do a little bit more research. And I was so impressed with the features of this iron that I knew I had to have one. So my dream has become a reality, and I'm going to open this with you here today, plug it in, and try it out. I have some seriously wrinkly fabric here. These are remnants from when I very first started sewing, like from my home studio in the basement. This is Amy Butler fabric that I don't think you can find anymore, but some of my original designs were crafted from this. And as you can see, it is very wrinkled. I hang on to this fabric because one day I hope to design a beautiful quilt for myself to keep, and I will be able to reminisce of those days when I started this beautiful company. Okay, so I'm going to bring the camera down here. In the live stream on Tuesday, we took a peek in the box, but I have not actually pulled this out of the box. All right, so they have their story on the outside of the box. They're a San Francisco, California company. And we have our warranty registration, the user manual, a lot of safety instructions, the warranty, and I was able to take a peek at this manual so that I would actually know how to use it. So I think I got that, but if we run into troubles, we can read that. One thing that I did think was particularly interesting is it says here, avoid overly thick or foam padded ironing board covers. The firmer and thinner your ironing board cover is, the better the Scorch Guards will work. For best results, use tap water or inexpensive bottled spring water. Never use distilled water. Okay, so I have some inexpensive bottled water. I love the 12-foot cord. This is going to be so nice. I think the whole studio is only 15 feet wide, so that means I can plug this in and almost iron across the room. Well, it's also nice for really large cuts of fabric. Last summer, you'll remember, I was working with the color guard and I had huge cuts of fabric, so this will be nice for that too. Okay, so we got a great cord that is on a little swivel. Cover your ears. Styrofoam. All right, it is very well packaged. Looks like in there we just have 2 pieces of styrofoam and cute little cup. This iron is super unique because it has this side load water spout, and there's a little channel there to guide the water down in there. I can't tell you how many ironing board covers I've ruined because the water just spills everywhere with the traditional top fill. Got a cute little cup here to fill that up with. And in the instruction manual, it also said you can carry this right over to the faucet and fill it. Just obviously make sure it's not plugged in when you do that. I don't think I'll ever fill it like that because the closest faucet to me is down 1 flight of stairs. But I want to look at the bottom here. It has some literature there. Super Slick Stainless Steel Chromium Bead Blast Finish. Oliso Pro Smart Iron Super Flat Pressing Core. 1 pass pressing. And then obviously you remove this before you iron. We are truly going to get a chance to test the 1 pass pressing because this is some really wrinkled fabric. And we'll keep the manual close by in case we run into any problems. So here we have the dial. Oh, this is nice. This is like an eraser. It has that little grippy, wonderful feel there. So the settings, highest setting is usually what I use because I work with the quilter's cotton, and that's linen and cotton, which would be your full steam. I have wool and silk, synthetic, and then off. We have 3 steam settings, off, and then I assume low, medium, and high. Here's the steam burst, and these buttons feel great too. And then the spray, which is empty right now. The swivel cord, which I mentioned. The color, isn't this fun? It's like cornflower yellow. It's gorgeous. Okay, so these little feet here, that's the iTouch technology that activates the Scorch Guard. So when your hand is like this, it apparently is going to raise up and lower, and this is where it senses. So there's supposed to be a way to turn off. There we go. So you can turn that off if you want to use it like a traditional iron. And it does warn you in the literature there that it's going to be hard to break that habit of standing your iron up. But this is an iron that you're going to leave down. So it may take me a while to break that habit, but I'm going to go ahead and leave the iTouch technology on. I want to fill this up with water first because I know for a fact we'll need steam. I don't see a fill line on this cup, so I'll just go about 3/4 of the way up, not to make a mess. There is a fill line here on the iron, but not on the cup. So maybe if I determine where to fill this little cup, I will put a mark there. And the water is flowing in nice. So far I haven't spilled anything. Let's close that down. And that 3/4 didn't even come anywhere near the max fill line. So I think it's perfectly safe to say you could fill that all the way up with water and be just fine. All right, so what I wonder is if I leave this face down or plate down and then plug it in, what will happen? So we're about to find out. It's in the off position, so perhaps nothing will happen. Let me plug it in. Whoa, I was wrong. Hello. Okay, so it's off. We have the red indicator here, which I'm assuming is going to turn green when the iron's hot. It is off, so I feel safe touching that plate, and it's raised up a little over a 1/2 inch, probably a good 1/4 inch there, and whoo, when I touch it, it goes down. Oh, this could be fun. It reminds me of those little Furbies. Did your kids have Furbies? Your kids would have to be as old as mine. They made that noise. Cute. Okay, I already love you, Oliso. Let's choose a name for this iron. Leave me a comment. What are we calling this beauty? My first, I'm leaning towards like something southern. This seems like a southern belle to me. So let me know what you think we should name the iron. Okay, I'm gonna turn it on. Let's go ahead and go. Okay, you gotta be still. Take my hand off of there. Oh, it's already turning green. Oh, it's green and flashing. So red means off. I've got it full blast. It's flashing green. So we're waiting here for this to preheat, and I'm just going to start timing right now, and we'll see. approximately how long this iron takes to get up to temperature on cotton. And meanwhile, while we're waiting for that, I can be picking out my wrinkly, vintage almost fabric. Okay, it's been at least 45 seconds. I can start seeing, I'm starting to see some steam coming out of the base of that. And we're coming up on less than a full minute, and it is up to temperature, and I know that because the light is solid green. Okay, so I have to remind myself that this thing's gonna drop down as soon as I touch that handle. There we go, and then I can pick it up and start ironing. And I can definitely tell a huge difference in the glide. And I think that that's because of this high-tech coating that's on there. So the bottom of the iron that I was using prior to this was very dirty. And so this is brand new. It's doing a pretty good job taking out these super wrinkles. I haven't at this point, oop, look, I stood it up. I didn't need to do that. At this point, I haven't applied any steam to it. So you can see, granted, this fabric was super, super wrinkly. There are still some wrinkles in there. I'm going to apply some steam and see what happens. Okay, here we go. That's looking better. Okay, now I'm going to apply the spray, and I have a hunch that's going to take out the rest of these wrinkles. These wrinkles are deep set. I got it, you know, a decade. These wrinkles are a decade old. So I'm going to soak the fabric there and come back in. Okay, it is looking pretty good. The fabric feels dry. I am fairly certain all of those wrinkles are out. I'm really impressed. I was not able ever to achieve that result with the other iron. Now I just want to show you how this presses like a little strap using my Sewspire strap method. I'm going to add a little steam. Oh, they're so right. It's going to be hard to remember. Just leave it down. It's going to take a lot of practice, and I won't be able to switch back to a regular iron, that's for sure. I honestly wouldn't mind having one of these in every color. Wouldn't that be a cool photo? I could consider it studio decor. All right, so leave it down. It raises up. I am very pleased with how that presses. Got the little strings there. And it's not, the fabric's not terribly hot, believe it or not. I can still handle it even after all of that pressing. So that is nice. So y'all will see more of my brand new iron in our sewing tutorials every week. So far, I gotta say I really like it. I think it was an excellent decision, and I want to say thank you to the folks over at Oliso for sending that to me so quickly. I am really excited to work with this iron. I'm certain there are more features that I am unaware of with this iron. But again, you'll see it in the upcoming tutorials, including the one on Saturday for the new fanny pack design we're working on. So until then, please know the creative genius in me celebrates the creative genius in you. Have a beautiful day, everyone.